Hi, I'm Kurm, and thank you for joining me for this quick video. I'm going to show you over the next couple of minutes an application that allows you to manage all of your risk information, your compliance information, your controls, and your process maps and all the procedures together in one application, all integrated. Not only that, over the next couple of minutes, I'm going to show you a quick 4-step approach of how you can start using this application right away and dramatically improve your risk management, your compliance, and your operational excellence for your organization. So why should you listen to me? Well, for starters, I've got 16 years experience helping Fortune 500 companies drive operational excellence to meet the risk and compliance and all their productivity needs, and I know exactly where you're coming from. I also know that exceptional risk management, compliance, and operational excellence, it requires all of your vital process info to be easily accessible, and I'm going to show you how. I'm also going to show you how to maintain and sustain this content efficiently so that you're not recreating the same maps and content year over year or whenever a regulator decides to show up. But finally, you should listen to me because I'm going to show you how to do all of these things using a free, powerful solution and a simple 4-step approach. So how are you going to do this? Well, you're going to follow a simple 4-step approach, and step 1 is map. But you're not going to use any solution to map. You're going to use the free solution that I just talked about, and it's called Elements.cloud. And when you map, it's not going to look like this. Don't do this. There's no need for any sort of complex shapes, symbols, color schemes of any kind. Elements makes things super simple. So when you build a map in Elements, everything's going to be simple, intuitive, and easy to understand for everyone, not just the IT gurus or the process gurus, but everyone. Because again, if you want to improve risk management and compliance, your process content has to be understood by all. Step 2 is you're going to want to centralize or bring together as much as possible all of your process content. So here you can see a lot of different process maps that can be created. You could manage all of your key business processes here within Elements. Not only that, you could create and manage all of your business requirements for parts of your business inside Elements. You can manage the status of that requirement. You can attach those requirements directly to process steps or build detailed user stories around those requirements. You could also import requirements from some other solution if that's what you want to do. Next, you can actually, through reference models, manage things like key controls, business controls, risk information, compliance information. Perhaps you have ISO controls. All of that can be built, created from scratch in Elements, or imported from an existing system or application. You can attach these controls right to process content as well, if that's what you want to do. You can also manage centrally a URL library filled with any sort of link that could be a link to a procedure, form, policy, screenshot. Literally any link you can think of can be managed centrally, tagged with certain type of information, and then attached directly to process steps. Finally, you can also manage your version control around your process content and manage the releases around when new processes should be released to the public. Step 3 is you're going to want to start attaching all this vital information right to your process map. And Elements helps you do this and puts it together quite nicely. For any given process step, if there's an attachment, a paperclip will indicate so. And when you click that paperclip, up will pop everything that you've attached to that particular step in the process. Maybe you've decided to attach a detailed procedure. Maybe that exists in SharePoint somewhere. Maybe you've got an instructional video on YouTube, or maybe you've got a key control. Maybe it's a SOX control. And if you click on that control, up will pop whatever information you want that user, the customer service representative in this case, to see about how to perform that control or that need for compliance. Not only that, if you're trying to transform this process and maybe build in some digitization and build in an electronic signature capability, that might be a specific requirement for your business. And you can attach a requirement directly to a process step. And when you click on that requirement, up will be able to see any other information related to that requirement. If you open it, you might even be able to see what this mock-up of an electronic signature could look like. So right away, you can see a very powerful way to manage all of this vital process information all in one place with Elements. So once you've got all of your processes mapped, you've got your key information centrally controlled, like your compliance, risk, key controls and requirements all centrally managed, and you've now attached them to your maps, the final step is actually sustaining and maintaining this process content. And here's how Elements manages the sustainment of your process content. So on the right panel, you can see right away who's the owner of the document, right? Who authored the document? When was it created and when was it last modified? These are fundamental questions that any regulator and audit compliance regulator is going to ask you. Not only that, it's got version control built into the solution. So I could be working on a draft right now, and if I wanted to promote that draft and make it the single golden copy of how I perform this process, it can do that automatically. Not only that, I can actually revert and go back to and view existing versions of this same process content and go back in history and look at all the different versions of this map that exists. How awesome is that? So there you have it. If you follow this simple 4-step approach, you're going to realize that your approach towards risk management is going to improve. Your approach towards compliance and meeting your regulatory demands and audit demands is going to get better and better. You're not going to be stressing about, where's my process content? Is it up to date? Are my people actually following it? But most importantly, you're going to leverage the power of Elements and realize right away the value in mapping out more and more and more processes. And by the way, for the most part, Elements is completely free to use. And remember, by leveraging this approach and application, you'll always know where your process content is when the regulators and auditors come knocking. You'll know that it's the most updated version of that content, and it'll be simple, intuitive for all of your end users to understand it. So if you have any questions or you want to see more information around how this application actually works, just click the link at the bottom of the video. It'll take you directly to my calendar where you can book a quick 30-minute call with me. And so on that call, we'll discuss your specific process needs and whether or not you need some help. Maybe you'll need some training help. Either way, if that's valuable to you, we can continue that dialogue. If not, I'll be happy to help you set up your free version of this application, because as I mentioned, it's free for everyone, as many people in your organization as you have, and it's free forever, no strings attached. Thanks for listening. And remember, if you have any questions or you want to get started using this application right away, just click the link below. I look forward to hearing from you.